Francis Sonny Capone. A few weeks later, 19-year-old Capone marries May.
She might have been somewhat of a fast girl in some sense, because she certainly would have known who this guy was, that he was no Rhodes Scholar, and that he wasn't on a track to a life of legitimate, honest, hard work.
Shut up, you wop.
In 1919, within a year of his marriage, Capone gets in serious trouble in a bar brawl when he beats a man with his bare fists and leaves him for dead. He needs to get out of New York and turns to Johnny Torrio for help. By this time, Torrio has moved his business to Chicago, where he arranges a job for Capone at a brothel.
Al Capone started as a doorman slash roper slash pimp slash bouncer, everything rolled into one.
Torrio takes a special interest in Capone. He sees in him both a skill for organizing and a brutality that he himself does not possess.
You need somebody who's tough.
Torrio had no stomach for violence. He needed somebody at his side who was capable of carrying out the dirty work that he didn't want to personally see to himself.
By 1924, Capone is second in command of Torrio's South Side gang. Together, they expand operations to the neighboring suburb of Cicero. When John Torrio retires the next year and leaves his protege in charge, Capone becomes one of the most powerful gangsters in Chicago. But a new force is about to emerge on the scene, a weapon that will elevate the gang wars to unprecedented heights of violence. In September 1925, Chicago police respond to what they think is a routine gangland shooting. But at the scene, they're stunned by how much ammunition has been fired in the short attack. 50 rounds of .45 caliber pistol cartridges.
They thought that it was caused by a squad of riflemen. Well, they had no idea that such a weapon existed that could create that much damage.
As more attacks break out, the Tommy gun makes headlines in Chicago. Al Capone is impressed.
Hey, it's loaded.
I know. Get out of here. Take these to the boys.
Here was a weapon that was incredibly portable, delivering a large volume of fire at a target. And he realized very quickly that if he didn't have similar arms to protect his interests, he'd be quickly exterminated.
The Tommy gun soon becomes the gangster's weapon of choice. It's easy to buy, and there are no laws to regulate its use.
It was illegal to carry a revolver in your pocket in Chicago, but it was perfectly legal to walk down the street with a Thompson submachine gun in your arms. It wasn't against the law.
After the Tommy gun is introduced in September of 1925, gang slayings spike in Chicago, with more than one killing a week. It's a rate that's unsurpassed for gang-related murder there, even to this day.
It ratchets up the violence. It has the effect of producing this wild, lawless environment where there are gratuitous episodes of extreme violence on a regular basis.
When the Tommy gun appears on the scene, gangsters throughout Chicago begin using it. The weapon becomes linked to Al Capone, though, more than any other gangster because of one murder in particular. When an important public figure is caught in his crosshairs, it elevates Capone's status from little-known mob boss to notorious killer. April 27th, 1926. Capone's headquarters at the Hawthorne Hotel. Capone is having trouble with a rival gang run by Klondike O'Donnell. O'Donnell is pushing his beer into Capone's territory.
So anyways.
Boss, you're not going to believe this, but O'Donnell's just down the street.
When O'Donnell's car is spotted near his headquarters, Capone decides to take the Thompson on an outing.
Some witnesses said they saw Capone pull a Thompson submachine gun from the wall panel in the restaurant at the Hawthorne.
Members of O'Donnell's gang are out drinking with a childhood friend.
Billy, how you doing?
I'm good, Jimmy. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Who's a rising star in the criminal courts.
Hey, keep it out of trouble, huh?
Hey, to your help.
Yes, to you.
The men have no idea that Capone is about to personally unleash his wrath. April 27th, 1926. Al Capone is about to destroy a rival gangster who's been invading his turf. He believes his target, bootlegger Klondike O'Donnell, is drinking at a nearby saloon. Actually, it's Klondike's brother Miles with 4 companions.
That's gonna be a good day with the ponies, you know.
One pistol shot is something that is survivable. You might be able to survive it depending on where it hits you. If you wanted a weapon that would guarantee that you were going to kill the person you wanted to kill, the Thompson was the weapon for you.
Miles takes cover and is unhurt in the attack, but 3 of his companions are mortally wounded, including 26-year-old Assistant State's Attorney William McSwiggan. Up until this point, the public has turned a blind eye to gangster killings. But now that a civilian has been murdered, and a high-profile prosecutor at that, it looks like Capone has gone too far.
You've got 3 men killed at once, with a Thompson submachine gun now, and you've got a assistant state's attorney killed. And that immediately causes outrage because the immediate suspicion is, was he the intended target?
McSwiggan's boss, the state's attorney, accuses Capone of personally pulling the trigger.